Welcome back, you intrepid Kenken connoisseur, you. It's lesson 20 of the 9x9 Kenken with no operation signs from mathmojo.com/Kenken. And we're about to tackle the second time around, guessing, more or less, what the combination is going to be in this 4x4 cell. Why did I choose this 4 cage? I'm sorry. Why did I choose the 4 cage? Why not? Really, you could start anywhere. You have to start somewhere. I picked this one. We've already tried the 1 plus 2 plus 1 combination. We found that didn't work. I'm going to try now the 2 times 1 times 2 combination and find out if that works or not. I have my suspicions, but they're only suspicions. They're not based on a heck of a lot of evidence. So let's try it. Let's try 2 times 1 times 2. Which isn't going to change much in this row. Not anything actually at all in this row, only the fact that a 2 is here in the bottom row. So as before, we know if this is a 2, this cannot be a 2. So this must be the 8. And if this is the 8, this is the 3. So this cannot be the 7. Right? The only combination that will give us 5 here would be 8 minus 3. We can't use the 7 minus 2 because the 2 is taken from over in this 4 cage. Knowing what we know now, let's do an ecology check on this, what we've done here, and an ecology check just for the row for the moment on this. We've already crossed out all the 1s here. We've gotten rid of the 1s. Let's get rid of all the 2s. Get rid of this 2, get rid of this 2, get rid of that 2. And the 3 is here, so get rid of all other 3s. And like we've noticed before, since this can't be a 3, of course, this can't be an 8 because the 3-8 combination would give you 24. And let's keep going with our ecology check in the row. The 8 must go from here, and it must go from here. What do we know? We know as before that we can't have 2 6s, whoops, this 6 here and this 6 here in this row. So the 6 times 1 combo is out. There's no other way to use the 6 here. So the 6s are out. The 1 we can still use because the only other combination here is 4 times 9 or 9 times 4. So we know if our 2-1-2 combination works that it must be a 4 and a 9 here, just like before in the last lesson. And if that's the case, this must be a 1. And that's where we ended our rabbit hole last time because we had a 1 here. But we can't do that because there's a 2 here. There's no reason to end it yet. Okie dokie. Since we know the 4 is being used here, then the 4 is out here. No possibility of a 4. There's also... let's keep going with this. We'll get rid of the 4 in here, we'll get rid of the 9 in here, and we will... Can we get rid of the 6? Not yet. Let's get rid of... Okay, we know this must be a 7, just like in the last one, because this can't be a 7, and it's the only other 7 in the row. Can we get rid of a 6? We got rid of a 6 last time, so we're going to have to be able to get rid of a 6 this time. How did we get rid of the 6? Let's keep trying. Can we do... If the 8 and 9 are gone here, we can't use the 8 and 9 down here. Right, we pretty much know... Okay, since we know there's a 7 here, we know there's no 5 here. So the 5 must be here, because there's no other 5 in this row. If this is the 5, this must either be a 4 or a 6. No combination will combine with 5 to give us 1. It'll either be 5 minus 4 or 6 minus 5. And since we know that we're going to be using the 4-6 combination here, because the 8 and the 3 are out, we know this is a 6 here, so we know this is a 4 here. If this is a 4 here, immediately we know this is going to be a 9. Get rid of that 4. So this won't be a 9, this won't be a 9, this won't be a 9. And we know this is a 4, so we know this is not a 4. So the only thing that can combine with this 5 is this 6. So we know this is not a 6, and this is not a 6, and this is not a 6. We also know it's not a 4 because of this 4 over here in the 24 column. Get rid of this 4, and this 4. What else do we know? We know that it won't be a 9. Do we know that it won't be an 8? We don't know that yet. Yes, we do know one thing. We know one of them must be an 8 because there's no 8s here, no 8s here, no 8s here, no 8s here, no 8s. So one of these must be an 8. We don't know which one. So let's sort of like make a dotted line around it. We know it's there, but we don't know where it's there. And we know this could be a 7, so this doesn't have to be a 7 here. So there's going to be an 8, a 5, or a 7 involved over here. Well, what do we know? We know for sure there's going to be a 5 involved because there's no other 5 in this row. So there will be a 5 and an 8 involved in this cell. And we know from up here there'll be a 7. So when we add our 7, our 5, and our 8, we get 20. For those of you who don't believe me, 12 and 8. Well, if this is going to be 20, then one of these has to be a 9. And we know that's not a possibility because the 9 is here. We did it again. We proved through this extra long rabbit hole. Well, it's not extra long. We'll run into longer. But through this fairly long rabbit hole, we have proved that the second of the possible 2-1-2 or 1-2-1 combinations does not work. What does that mean? Erase all that nonsense. We know for sure now that the combination we're going to use in here must be the 1-4-1 combination. So we can run with that. So let's run with that. Let's get our eraser out. Erase all this stuff. Put it in big for the next lesson, which will be a great lesson because we can start eliminating stuff with impunity left and right. And I think we'll get a lot of action out of what the work that we've just put in. So this is a 4, this is a 1, and this is a 1, and we'll start doing our ecology checks on this row, and these two columns in the next lesson. See you then. This has been a pleasure. After all that work, we did get some results, and we can use them a lot in the next lesson. See you then.